Hello and welcome to a very special Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I am the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. Not with me is FHM producer Jeff, because this is a special stream that I'm starting. I'm not sure how often I'm going to do it, but we're going to take a look at something different. As you may notice immediately, we are in the year 2020. It is July 1st. The last three Stanley Cup winners have been the Nashville Predators, the Florida Panthers, with a big surprise win in 2018-2019, and the 2017-18 winners were the New York Rangers, who went on a strong run. The reason why we're starting in 2020 is pretty simple. We are here for expansion! Yes, that is correct. We are expanding the league. Why are we doing this? Well, more than anything else, the NHL has recently announced that Seattle is of interest joining the league. Ownership's kind of in place. They're looking at building an arena. The NHL's basically said you can start doing a season ticket drive to see if there's going to be interest, with the idea of them being ready to play in the 2020-21 season. So, with that in mind, I decided to do a stream and go, okay, well, what would that team look like if they were drafted? Now, first, a couple things. Number one, this will take place after the 2020 draft, because we're doing it July 1st, because that is when FHM 4 can expand. So we won't have any young draft picks. Second, we don't know what the minor league team's situation will be, so it's just going to be the two generic teams that kind of pop up. 3, we do not know what the expansion rules are going to be. I mean, we saw what happened with Las Vegas, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the same for what Seattle will get. I mean, they're going to likely be paying more money, but teams might be less willing to give up high-end prospects, or they might want to hold on to some more veteran players. It's really hard to know what's going to be coming. So pretty much we don't really know what the expansion rules are going to be. So it's really hard for us to put that what it's going to be. So we'll just take a look and see what is given to us, and that's how we're going to build our team. So a question that comes up, and Gudu Creative in the chat says, Hi Gudu, thanks for coming. So how do you expand the league? Pretty simple. Since we're being Seattle, you need to create your GM or your GM head coach, which I did. And of course, just because we're in Seattle, I figured I'd call him Fraser Crane. He is only 26 years old because I set him, his date of birth is the day the TV show premiered. Anyways, just for a little fun insight. So how do you create a new expansion team? Well, we're on our main screen. We need to go to the Team and League Controls tab, and then you need to go to the League section. Under League, there's the option to edit. You have to be in Commissioner mode to do this. So we click Edit, and in the bottom left-hand corner, we can see the option for League Expansion Wizard. If we click on Expand League, we can see, do you want the NHL to expand? Yes, we do. We're going to put them in the Central just to keep the divisions balanced. So the name of the team is going to be the Seattle Kraken. And our abbreviation will be Seattle. Our fan base is we're going to say loyal. This is we'll say it's a big market, because you're getting everything from, Vancouver all the way this Seattle and surrounding areas, which is fairly large. So we're going to find Seattle, Washington, USA. And we're going to name our arena. I've given this some thought, and I thought the perfect name would be Captain Jack's Palace. Am I spelling Palace right? It's one of those words that just messes with me every single time. So yes, Palace. Palace. All right. And we are going to take over the team. So you can see the number of players that can be protected is 16. There's going to be 35 draft picks for us to build our team, and it's going to be a serpentine draft. This would be more important if we were adding multiple teams to the league, but because we're sitting at 31 teams, we're only adding one team this year. So taking over as the Seattle team. So we're going to let the game build. And so if we click back to home, we should see the Seattle Kraken have joined the league. Now, it's a little bit hard to see because I picked a new logo here, and I just grabbed it off of basically Google. I looked for Kraken logos, and I saw this one, kind of liked it, decided I was going to build the team around that. So you can see our main color is red, and black. Everything's green and blue because that's what it has defaulted to. I will change that after this session. So what happens next? Well, it's July 1st. You can see we have a roster of nobody. We have nobody under contract because the expansion draft does not happen immediately. Teams need a day or two to pick their players. So we can just take a quick look. Great, we've grabbed control. All right, awesome. So let's hit the free agent center and go, okay, is there anyone of interest to us? Well, we can start off, let's just look at unrestricted free agents because that's what we want the most. We can look at any age and we can see, so Nicholas Backstrom is available, 89 points, 81 games. He probably wants huge money. At 32 years old, he's probably going to want a big contract, not really interested. Kirill Kaprizov played in the KHL, had 62 points in 54 games. 6 foot, could be a guy of interest. We'll consider him. We can also see we could grab Connor Hellebuck. Played with Winnipeg, 29-15 in his last games. 27 years old, kind of coming to the prime of his career. We're going to need a goalie. We don't know what's going to be available. Let's make an offer to Connor Hellebuck. So he's willing to come for 2.6, so not very much. Awesome. I think he would be a great fit for us. Veteran of many games on our stream, Sergei Mozikin is also available, but I think we're going to go with a very young team. That's going to be our goal here. Kirill Kaprizov is someone who could be of interest. We're going to hold off on him for the moment. What we're going to do is, because we don't have any people who are available in terms of young non-draftees, we're going to look at 17 to 19-year-olds who are unrestricted free agents and see if anybody jumps off the page. For instance, we have Thomas Varvikskov, 42 points in 23 games with Prague under 18 team, right-hand defenseman, 6'1". Interesting stats right away. I'm going to offer him a contract. He's not going to want a huge amount of money. He might end up playing in the ECHL for us. That's fine. Gives us one young prospect. Okay, we got a few other names here. Alexander Bergman and Jesper Larsson, 2 Swedish players. 34 points in 35 games and 35 points in 37 games. 2 young guys. Again, just going to offer them contracts. We're going to need some bodies. And just gives us a couple guys in the future. Anyone else of interest? Kind of drops off pretty hard there. Not unexpected. So let's filter it out again. Let's go to 20 years old, because we might get some more Canadians thrown in here. And so a couple start showing up. Nobody of super interest to us. 55 points in 79 games. Adam McMaster. Interesting player. North Bay Battalion. Okay, let's see how much Mr. McMaster wants. Just perfect minimum contract. Alright, gives us another guy. Probably a guy who probably ends up here in the minors. So good old Hellebuck, good to credit. Yes, yeah, good old Hellebuck. Hopefully he come in. We'll just kind of look again. We're going to go up to 22-year-old. You know what? We're going to strictly look for Canadians. Just to see if there's anyone of interest available. See a 21-year-old Michael DiPietro. Was not very good with Windsor at all. Ooh. Or maybe Windsor was a bad team. Interesting. Nathan Bastian played with New Jersey, had 5 points in 36 games, 6'5". Nothing outstanding about that, but you know, maybe he becomes a centerpiece for us in the minors, so let's offer him a contract. But we're not giving him a one-way contract. We'll offer him $65,000 in the minors. That's a response, and he says, yeah, I think I'd probably sign that. Okay, good. Okay, we got a few offers out there, just got an idea of what's going to be available. Before I go any further too, one of the things you always have to remember with expansion drafts is we're going to check our finance. You can see we currently have a ton of available space for our staff. Why is that? Because we don't have anybody hired. We, for instance, have one assistant coach. Not exactly a lot here, so let's go find some assistant coaches to join us. So we're going to look, not assistant coach scouting, we want assistant coach training. So let's find a very good defensive coach. Tyler Andrews, 25 years old, excellent defense, good at offense, good at coaching prospects. Okay, let's grab him. Tyler Andrews is going to come do something for us. Goaltending coach. Prospects not great. Okay, let's see here. We will add very good. I like this. Brian Mahoney Wilson, excellent hire, assistant coach. He's going to come in to coach goaltenders. So, but before we make any more thing. Okay, so Mahoney Wilson is going to be our goalie coach. Tyler Andrews. Is going to coach our defense. Oh, defensive training is low. Tyler Andrews, you make me upset. Alright, that was a mistake. I'm going to fire him. Release the assistant coach. Done. Howard Spencer is kind of below everything. We're going to release him as well. We'll take the hit the first year, get him out of the way. We'll find guys we want. So we need a defensive, offensive, and skills coach. So free agents. You know what? First we're going to find is a trainer, because we need a good... that's some... Okay, let me just go back here for a second. Personnel. I need to find somebody with a trainer skill. And we're not not going to be very good on any trainers we find. So what do we do? We're going to find somebody who's fairly cheap. Alright, we're going to hire Jason Serbus for now. Go back, look at our team staff. Below average trainer. That's scary, but there's only so much we can do here. Okay, sorry, I gotta check this one more time. Defensive, offensive, and skills coach. Free agents. And we're looking at training. So offensive skills. Jamie Langenbruder. That looks great. Former Dallas Star. Alright, what else we got here? We need someone with offensive skills, so give me defensive skills. I'm trying to find somebody who is just kind of not bad at everything. Okay, Jeff Bookaboom, former NHLer. And, okay, so let's go back to looking at our personnel. So we're going to set our offensive skill player will be, our offensive coach will be Jamie Langenbrunner. Our defensive skill coach will be Jeff Bookaboom. And so now we need a skills coach. Okay, alright. Assistant coach training, we need the best skill guy we can get. Both those guys are not good with prospects. We are going to be very prospect oriented. I'm thinking Brad Larson is going to be our guy. Brad Larson will then become our skills coach. And alright, just like that, we have assembled a training staff. Not a great trainer, but there's only so much we can do there. So our assistant coach is Jeff Bookaboom. Alright. Now, we can also see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scouts. We're going to need a lot more scouts. So if you've ever seen me do some scouting before, we're going to need some scouts. So let's go to regions. And we'll have to fill this kind of in as we can. We'll grab Mike Stiebel there from Alberta. And Taylor Drummond. And let's see, another guy from Alberta. Okay. Stephen Holm. Great. Grab a guy from Arizona, because why not? Guy from Arkansas. British Columbia is probably our next one, so we'll grab Riley Nelson. Let's see what else we got. Oh, guy in Atlantic Canada, perfect. And Brandon Cunning from BC as well. The guy covering the BCHL region, Canadian province. New Brunswick, good and above average. Newfoundland, sure, why not? Have a guy scouting out there. Canadian province of Quebec. And Maritime's also good. Very good and above average. Scout in California. And let's go. Central Europe. Good and good. Excellent. Very good. Alright. Not paying them a lot of money, so that's fantastic. And building a shelter. Central USA. Above average and good. Awesome. Colorado. Very good and excellent. Europe at large. Good. Eastern US. We will let the CPU kind of handle scouting, see what they do our first year. But we're going to try and give them the tools they need. We'll adjust it as necessary. Above average and very good. Sounds good to me. Don't really need anyone in England. Sure, grab some Finnish scouts, though. Oh, that's not great. Alright, well, so how much does this guy want? Not very much. Perfect. Really just looking if there's anyone jumping off the page in some of these other ones. Okay, former USSR. Grab him. And just a couple Russian scouts. Continue on here. Illinois. Excellent and very good scout. Grab him. Keep going past Manitoba. And we'll grab Alex Bars. And Corey Gedot. Just gives us a little bit more perspective. Someone who's going to cover some college hockey for us, look for prospects. Michigan, let's grab this good and above average. Marius Rosenball, perfect. Midwest, good and very good, like it. Stephen Tate. Grab Bill Lynch as well in Minnesota. And grab another guy who's in New England. Alright. A bunch of guys in New York. Let's grab one or two. And him. 4 seasons. Awesome. Continuing on, Northern Europe. Great and above average. Awesome. Nordic Europe. And Northern Europe. Average very good. Anders Karlsson. Sounds good to me. Very good. Kimmo Timonen. Yes, bring him in as a veteran advisor. Would like to grab one more. How about Kent Nielsen? Awesome. And should we grab... I will run with that. Okay, OHL draft region. Average and very good. Sounds good to me. Very good above average. Evaluating potential. That's where an area we need to be very good at. And we'll try that for now. Keep going down. So we're in Ontario. Even though we've hit the OHL, the Ontario League looks at teams that are in not playing in the OHL, so major junior. So we'll grab this guy. Prospects for OHL, guys who maybe got pushed down for some other reasons, so we'll just grab a few of them. And our scouting staff, we can feel now with the amount of guys we've added, should be pretty robust at this point. And again, I'm trying to find guys who are, under $50,000 a year. Just gives a little bit more flexibility for what we're looking for. Pennsylvania, not a big deal. QMJHL draft region, always an area where I never scout enough. So we get bring in Lucien Deblois. Marc Charmond. Quebec, bring in Luc Robitaille. And how about okay, we'll bring in Tyler Goldsboro as well. flex our muscle. Rest of the world, I guess we could add 1 or 2 guys maybe. I'm not really sure. Add a guy from Germany. And I'll just leave it at that. Okay, Saskatchewan, we'll just grab 1 or 2 guys. Jared Brodsky sounds great. Don't care about Scotland. Stockholm, maybe it would be good to grab another one. Martin Edholm, maybe grab 1 more. Yeah, Tobias Hansen. Sign guys with longer contracts, cost us less money. Just going to grab 1 more. Jacob Grunlund. Not very important about Texas, but hey, we'll grab this guy right here. And let's just kind of leave this. US and Canada. Grab a few guys here so that they can do a little bit of the scout everywhere for us. Norm McIver. Dan McKinnon. Awesome. Steve Casper. Even better. And we'll grab Michael Goulet as well. Great former NHLer. And we'll grab John Harrington because he is listed as being awesome at his job. And now just for one more thing here, we'll grab Daniel Alfredson to come be a scout for us. And let's grab a few WHL scouts. Ethan Morneau. Harold Snippets. And Adam Denmarsh. Good, love it. Give an ex-NHLers a job. And we'll add Ed Friesen as well, because why not? I think that should about do it for us. Okay, we're going to grab 1 more. We'll grab Nicholas Hanna at the end here. $29,000 for 3 years. Take a look at our personnel. You can see we have crazily increased our scouting department because we're not being paid a lot of money. Looking at our finances, you can see our current staff payroll is $3.395 million. Our budget is $6 million, almost $7 million. So we still got lots of room. Excellent, great for us to know. Let us continue to the next day. And I forgot to set scouting. Oh! I blame Gudu for that. So once we finish advancing here, again, July 1st is one of these days where a lot of things can happen, so it might not always load very fast. But again, because we added the expansion teams, teams are now having to generate who they want to protect, so that can add a little bit of length of time for as well. Also, I should point out, as with last night, we streamed. We are working. This again is a new build, so if something does happen, that could be why. And so we're saving here on July 2nd, which is a great sign. And we got some job offers, but before we get there, let's just back out here for a second. And I'm going to go to scouting. No assignments all the way across, not good. We're just going to have AI assign scouts. We're going to go to our manager tab, go to manager options, and set scouting to the assistant. We will control the training, the lineups, and everything else. So we're going to have Greensboro Generals and Atlantic Seagulls. We're going to change the name of the Seagulls right now, actually. So how do you change the name of a minor league affiliate? So we're going to go to the ECHL. We're going to go to the Atlantic City Seagulls, and we're going to edit them, because if you've seen another one of our games, I have another jersey made, so we're going to call them the Boardwalk Bullies. And we will save it. And so we see Atlantic City Boardwalk Bullies. Because the name wasn't originally there, it doesn't have their other logo. Greensboro's does. I have already put them in the game, so that would be why. So let's take a look at our roster here. And good news, Connor Hellebuck has signed with us. Awesome. He wants his number, so let's give him number 37. Sign. Awesome. So we have some job offers. The Australian under 18 team. No, I don't think so. South Korea, no. Belgium, no. We're not going to take under 20 jobs right now. The South Korea national team has offered us a job. Luxembourg has offered us a job. And Serbia has offered us a job. Frankly, none of these are super appealing. We're going to need to focus on Seattle anyways. So let's focus on Seattle. Cuter Creative says, I blame Hellebuck. So we can see Evgeny Kuznetsov is upset, has fired his agent. Storyline here. Adam McMaster is thinking about signing with us. Good. As is Alexander Bergman, Jesper Larson, Thomas Rome. Okay, good. Everybody's interested who we want. Now you can see Connor Hellebuck is still wearing his Jets jersey. It's because I had looked at his image beforehand. So all I need to do is go into my save file and maybe delete the images, which I probably will do, and he'll regenerate correctly. It should switch, but there can be an issue with the game grabbing players. So we can see we still have all of our young guys here. Everyone's kind of interested in signing with us. Great. Now we're set up for the expansion draft. I'm just going to save my game here again quickly, in case something happens. And so under team and league controls, you can see today's event is the NHL Expansion Draft. Now, one of the things about the expansion draft is I can steal as many players as I want from any given team. I don't have to be worried about picking one player from every team. I have 35 picks to build the best team I can. But we're going to focus on taking some younger guys. So for instance, I can see Dylan Strome is available right now. That's crazy. We're probably definitely going to take him. Granted, we have an E-Scout level on everyone, so we have to be wary of that. We're starting off with goaltenders, though. As you can see, it's a goalie draft. So we will just simply look at goaltenders. And of current ability, contracts we're probably going to like Frederik Andersen. Do we really need him with getting Hellebuck? No. But I'm hoping we can flip him fairly quickly, so why don't we grab him? Okay, so we pick Frederik Andersen. Tristan Jarry, a guy who becomes a decent player for us, who we ended up trading for Connor Hellebuck in our Florida Panthers game, which we'll be back to this Wednesday. Wouldn't be a bad backup for us. Still fairly young at 25. And looks kind of better than a lot of the other options here. I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably the guy who we're going to have to take. So why don't we grab Tristan Jarry here? Let's take Calvin Pickard. What kind of contract is Pickard on? Very low cap hit. Signed for one more year. Okay, I actually like that. Let's grab Pickard. Now we're going to need some younger goalies playing for us in the minors. So maybe we should grab Connor Ingram. Gives us kind of a goalie prospect as well. So that's good. I like that. And maybe we'll be able to swap Frederik Andersen for a younger goalie. So now we're looking at just defensemen, so I'll just take defensemen here to look at. And right away I saw a name that popped off, which was... Okay, he disappeared here for a second. That's weird. Let me just see here. If I switch this... Dustin Byfuglien is available, but at 35... I'm not sure I really want that contract, but 21-year-old Dylan Samberg? second round pick of the Winnipeg Jets. Heck yeah. We will definitely take him. All right. Ryan Ellis, 29-year-old defenseman, 5'10". Only played 18 games this past year. Ooh, he's starting to fall into a little bit of injury problems. But I think we could grab Ryan Ellis and like playing with him. Okay. Tyson Berry, good scoring defenseman, 28 years old. Yeah, let's grab him too. All right. We got a young Libor Hadjic, 26 points with Tampa Bay, 22 years old. Again, want to draft some young guys, so yeah, totally grab him. I'm not really caring too much about left-handed, right-handed defensemen. Age is going to be a big thing. Because we're going to want guys who we can hold on to for a while. Or flip almost immediately. About two-star defenseman Cody Ceci. Interesting. Okay, let's look at highest potential. Ooh, 21-year-old Juuso Välimäki. 54 games played. At 18 points. Did he get hurt? No, he looks pretty healthy. Okay. Congratulations, you've been picked. 20-year-old Keandre Miller. I like it. Pick him as well. And, okay, 21-year-old Connor Simmons. Interesting. Played 33 games with Colorado. We want some guys who are going to be kind of longer projects. Okay, we'll grab him. And, alright. How long is Brent Seabrook still signed for? 2024. Oh, man. Again, guy who'd be interesting, don't want to eat that contract. Forsling, huh? Gustav Forsling. 19 points with Boston. 24 years old, can play both sides. Okay, for you, Gudu, I will take him. And I wouldn't mind one veteran presence, but like Byfuglien is... Well, you know, Byfuglien's contract expires at the end of this year. Yes, you may notice I changed the Winnipeg Jets logo for some fun. $6 million. It's enough money. But I wouldn't... Okay, to those of you watching in the chat, tell me, do we want Byfuglien? Or should we pick up someone like Jake Gardner? Or Morgan Riley? Man, Morgan Riley is available. He had 62 points in 82 games. $5 million contract signed for 2 years. I'm not a huge Leafs fan, but those points are kind of hard to pass up. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to have to take Morgan Riley here. Okay, Morgan Riley has been taken. Still need a defenseman. Let's look for somebody who is under the age of 24. Okay, we can grab Philip Honrick. And he should be able to go down to the minors fairly easy. Unless Luke Martin. Okay, we're going to take Luke Martin. 6'4", big defenseman. Alright, and now we're on to the forwards. So, bring the forwards on. And we already saw Dylan Strome, so we're going to grab him right away. Alex DeBrincat. 61 points in 82 games. Only 5'8", but Goody Creative asking what colors the team will be. I'll show you once we get this draft done, because hopefully the jerseys have loaded in. If not, then I will tell you. So we grab Strome and DeBrincat to start us off. Current potential. A lot of 3-star guys. So we can see here, Tag Thompson, 72 points in 81 games. Alright, like it. Alex Fortman, 6'2", 20-year-old, like him as well. Done. Another thing that's important to know is see if guys are under contract or not, because we're going to have to pay for some of them. Good thing to remember. Oleski Hippomatami, 21 years old, 44 points in 82 games. He has come on in our Florida Panthers game. I'll draft him. And let's... Alright, teams. Feisty Brendan Lemieux is available. From the Winnipeg Jets. Man, names not helping. Isaac Ratcliffe, 13 points in 68 games, nothing great. German Rubstov. Julian Gauthier hasn't really taken the next step, but might be a guy who could. Alright, we're going to take Julian Gauthier. Oh, I know part of the problem. I left the setting at 24. Let's try increasing the age to a little bit older. See if we get a few more names on here. And Corey Perry has shown up. He was traded to Nashville. Expires contract 1 year. I think he would be a good veteran leader for us, so let's grab him. James Neal, who stuck around with Vegas, is still available for the next expansion draft. I don't really see taking him. He's probably on... He's contracted for 2 more years. That's enough money for a guy that old. I think we want to go a little bit younger than that. Although when I see a guy like Brian Little, 54 points in 84 games, but he's signed all the way through 2024. Don't really want to take that contract on either. Max Jones, 22 years old, 8 points in 54 games. Paul Stastny fell right off. And his contract's expiring, wants big money, so no, we're good not taking that on. Got a lot of picks still to go here. Tyler Carpenter, 2.5-star defenseman. Played with the AHL, previously played with Omaha. Alright, we're going to take him as a prospect. Guy who lit up the ECHL. Alright, interesting. Jacob Pionka, 2.5 stars, 2.5 stars. Alright, let's grab him. He could still turn into something. Nicholas Camo. No, not 1.5 stars. Nick Campoli. Interesting. Noah Gregoire. Biggest problem is if we take all young guys too, we're going to be dealing with big contracts. Okay, here's an interesting guy. Drake Batherson. Alright, I'm going to take him. Six foot 5, Hudson Elendick. That is a big boy. 12 points, though. Not sold on 12 points. 29 points from Tim Gettner. Alright, we'll take him. And continuing. Okay, Unikopinen. 6 foot 5. We'll build up on huge guys and just let them battle it out and see where we land. Kind of a disappointing draft, to be perfectly honest. I did another one previously, and there was a lot more guys have been available. It was fairly interesting. But hey, it's going to be different every single time you re-roll it, so that's also cool. Rudolf Balkers, 31.75 games, 23 years old. Alright, you got me there. I'm curious on you. Dennis Malgin, 35 points in 82 games, Florida. Guy who has come around. Alright, we'll grab him. Just continuing to look, we're down to our final 7 picks or so. And Lucas Walmark, we'll grab him. Name who came up and was playing fairly well for us. Andrew Kopp ended up with Rochester in there. Interesting. Let's just look at potential again here. Josh Bailey is 30 years old and he has a 1 year left on his contract. Okay, done. Josh Bailey, you are a new member of the Seattle Kraken. Jordan Staal's 31. 2 years left at $6 million apiece. Ooh. 40, 45 points. All right, we'll take Jordan Staal. Gives us some veteran leadership down the middle. We will grab Max Jones here as well. And Hudson. And all right, we're getting down. Gonna steal another guy from Carolina, because why not? Oh man, where's P-Wog when you need him? Henrik Zetterberg is available. But I don't think I could take him from Florida. You could grab a guy like Brandon Leipzig. Jacob Laka. 1.5 star, 2-star talent. Lyndon Vey. Oh, he's playing in the KHL. Never mind then. Let's grab Jacob Laka. And with our final pick of the draft, alright, let's find someone who's really young, so let's put them to 23 as the oldest. Fabian Zutterland had 28 points in 27 games in the ECHL. Not really sold on that. Could take another guy from Carolina, but that seems mean. Shouldn't completely change them. Okay, we're going to take Lane Zablocki from Grand Rapids. And this is our team. Hopefully this will allow us to see our New Jerseys. Hopefully everything loaded in correctly. So we click home. And we can click roster and yes. So you asked what the colors are. You can see them here. Gusta. The jerseys are red, dark red, and black with white. The Kraken logo is underneath the word Kraken scrolling across the jersey. The helmets look a little bright red. I'll make some adjustments later to kind of try and change that up a little bit. But we have what appears to be our first team. We don't really need Frederick Anderson, so I'm just going to... We'll have to shop him tomorrow, I guess, probably, huh? Yeah. Because of the draft. Let's take a quick look. Sorry. Are we noticing any big changes here? No. A lot of guys kind of expected where we expected them. Maybe we'll see if we can... Maybe see if we grab, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, not bad. Actually, I'm pretty happy with this. Overall, I'm pretty happy. 21-year-old guy can go down to Greensboro. And we'll just take a look a little bit further. So, okay, so we have a job. So they're happy. Our job is to rebuild. 200 goals. We have allowed $93 million budget. Blah, blah, blah. Our salary currently is just above the floor. But we have this many guys who are not signed. So let's start making some offers, which will also help change our team. Dylan Strome, for instance, wants $3.8 million for a bridge deal. Done. Teg Thompson wants... I'm going to try and offer him... No, can't offer him. Okay, so we will give him that. Dylan Sandberg. We will match the offer. Alex DeBrincat wants big money. Again, why it's also good to draft young. Gives us a little bit of flexibility. Alex Formand wants... Holy cow, kid. 4.69 for 5 years. Okay, he did get 51 points, so okay, I'm willing to give him that. And hope he can prove his worth. If he doesn't, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I will match that offer. Connor Ingram, offer contract. I would like to offer him a two-way contract though, because I expect him to be my minor league goalie. We'll offer him $70,000. He is a prospect. Okay. And 1.16. Okay, I can also deal with that. And I believe that's everybody. Okay. So that gives us some movement. So let's advance one more day. Thank you, Guido. I was pretty happy with the jerseys. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. The red's a deeper... Try to find something different than what was already done. I didn't really like or want to go with the green and black. So let's see here. Backstrom signed. Strome has now signed. Brinkat has signed. Ingram has signed. Foreman seems to think he'll sign. Awesome. Now we have the unfortunate job of signing a bunch of numbers. So we're going to let guys have numbers they want. Tyson Berry, he's going to instead have 45. And he's okay with that. Morgan Riley wants 44. Done. Tyler Carpenter can have number 2. Can have number 30 instead. And we're still going to look at moving him. And Brinkat wants 21, but couldn't get it. How about 22? He can have 63. He's okay with that. Good. Seems we're getting a lot of guys who are cool if they don't get their number. Also good for us. Oh, crap. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to switch some numbers. Just give some guys some random numbers. Eventually they're going to want to change them likely, so. Alright, numbers sent out. What did I miss? Okay, so just checking our contract negotiations. Everybody seems to be interested in signing with us. Awesome. Currently have 32 guys under contract. Hopefully we get around 40, we'd be okay. Frederick Anderson would like to move him, so I still can't shop him. Why can't I shop him? Don't tell me he has a no movement clause. Alright, let's find a trade offer. Who needs a goalie? How about Edmonton? Edmonton always needs a goalie, and yeah, they got nothing. So, Frederick Anderson is using his no trade clause. Alright, so maybe that means Anderson will be backing us up. So what about Picard? Picard can be shopped. Let's try and find him a good home then. We got a bunch of offers. Starting with Boston, they want to offer us not much and a 6th-round pick. Old guy, definitely not. Mikey Anderson. Okay, he's 21. I'm interested. Daniel Gunnarsson, no. Cam Dineen. No. Lars Eller, no. No. Reject. Offering Luke Green and a 7th-round pick. Okay, I'm curious on that one too. I do not want Paul Stastny. We already said no to that once. Do we have a scouting report on Luke Green? We do not. Oh, I missed a trade proposal. I'll reject that. Mikey Anderson. right. After, you know what? I think I'm going to take it to the Jets. They added the 7th round pick, so let's complete that trade. And that gives us just a little bit of breathing room. We're going to send some guys down anyways. Okay, now a question Gudu had. Asked about the colors. We showed you the jerseys. You can see now green and blue is default. Not really what I want. Obviously I said red and black. So here's the thing you need to be careful of. Okay, I'm going to blank the screen here for 1 second so I can do something. This one. And okay. All right, coming back right now. Sorry about that. So one of the things you can do is change what the colors are. Now, most of the colors that have been picked are because so everything signs up, or so everything is visible. So you got to be careful on that sometimes. So what you're going to do is just go to your team and edit. Now, first warning, when you make some of these edits, occasionally if you change the jersey ones, it can mess with your jersey settings and change, and then you need to go into your save file and change and edit out what has happened. So just be careful of that. Change it because it'll just tries and grabs different things. But we want to change our primary color to this red. So we can click select color. And if I want to pick my jersey, I open up my jersey just on the screen beside me. So I can pick screen color. And I'm going to pick the red I have. So it gives the number code. Click OK. And we'll just hit save and see what it looks like. Okay, the red looks good. Awesome. Now we have the blue. I'm just trying to wonder. I don't think black will work, but we can try black and see what happens. So if I set to roster, okay, that does actually work. We can see everything clearly. So now we're to red and black, and everything just pops up a little bit better. We can see our helmets are fairly red, so I want to see if we can slightly change that. So we can see that our primary color was this, so I'm just going to take that, copy it, click OK. Helmet main color, switch it to this. Okay. Even though this says green, because I imported the jersey, don't worry about changing it. Just leave it alone, hit save. We'll see if this messed anything up. And everything's still bright red, probably because that's how it generated in. That's okay. I'll go through, edit the files, and hopefully everything will be fine when it regenerates. Overall, that's what our team's going to look like if we just kind of set everything up. So we have Frederick Anderson and Connor Hellebuck. Barry's playing, Forling's playing. Who's going down? 21-year-old goes down. Dress him. Dress him. Staal's gonna get dressed. Gonna send him down as well. Corey Perry gets dressed. Brinkat dressed. Dressed. Guys who I know for sure are gonna be with this team. Connor Timmins, we're gonna send him down. Luke Green, send him down. Tyler Carpenter, send him down to keep getting better. Send him down. And alright, okay, team's starting to show a little bit, get a better idea. You can see our salary cap too is around 7 million now. Just to get an idea. So then Greensboro, if you haven't seen the Greensboro uniforms, again, colors need to be changed, but they're green with the blue helmets. So if we just want to edit them, and I will get the colors set back correctly for them. And we'll just advance another day here. Good Creative says that D is looking pretty good, to be fair. It is. The team actually looks... we should perform fairly well, is what my hope is. I mean, this team is built essentially for the future, but we should be able to find some success, although we are playing in the Central Division, which will be tough. But we also did our best to pick up some, contracts that are expiring at the end of the season, just to give us a few different options. So we can see here a few more deals have been made. Alright, hopefully we get some of these guys signing soon. And we can continue to build our roster. Maybe we'll just take a quick look at free agents again here before we sign off. And we're still looking pretty good. Do we need another goalie prospect? Depth, we kind of do. We have the one guy who hasn't signed yet, but maybe we just grab Tyler Parsons there if he'll come sign with us. Doesn't like being called a supplementary role. As for response, submit. And look at our depth chart. We kind of balance all the way across. Okay, see if he signs the next day or two. And if you're curious what the jerseys look like, I'll just pull them on the screen here for a second. That is the full Seattle jersey I created using the tool that is available on our website. Or, sorry, that is available from the forums, but it's from OTP Utilities. Idea what the Kraken jersey looks like. And Tyler Parsons has signed, as has Connor Ingram, so that's... Or Tyler Parsons hasn't signed yet, but Connor Ingram did. Good. And alright, so I need some players, need to be signed. We're not going to deal with Connor Ingram because he's going to be with Greensboro, so we'll just send him down immediately. And he wants to be number 2. Fine. He can be number 91, and he's okay with that number. So another half-star guy, we're going to send him down. We're going to send him down just to do some more balancing, send him down to the ECHL for right now. And as our scouting comes in, we should get a better idea. Some more young guys. Unsigned draftees. Oh, did I not offer these? I could have swore I offered them contracts. Okay, well, we'll wait and see what happens there. Sandberg should actually be added. Will be one of our defensemen too, likely. And if we have a surplus of defensemen, we will actually trade them, unlike Vegas. Now again, this isn't going to be a usual stream. It's not going to be a Wednesday stream unless we're looking for something. This will be a stream that I'll do when I feel like streaming. I might post about it on Facebook more often than not. That I will post about it on Twitter when I go live. Make sure you're following us on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. On Twitter, we're @FranchiseHockey. And if you follow us in our Discord or join our Discord, you will get alerts when I go live as well. All right, Adam McMaster has signed, so we're going to send him down. Signed, sent down. Bastian has signed. Awesome. And now we don't have an issue with New Jersey numbers. 2 guys left to sign. Awesome. Yeah, our Facebook page is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. You can, of course, always reach out to us on our website, which is otpdevelopments.com. I will again post the Seattle Kraken jersey I made, as well as the logo, up on in our mod section in case you like it and want to use it yourself. The Greensboro and Atlantic City ones are already up, as well as the one I made for our Houston Arrows. And so here we go, Dylan. Okay, he has accepted a contract with San Jose Sharks. We're going to match that offer, though. Because we want to. Too bad he didn't get the number he wanted. And 71. He can be number 48 instead. And so we keep Dylan Sandberg. Also happy about that. And so it looks like we have everybody but Julien Gauthier under contract. That's fine. So we currently then have 41 players under contract. 4 goalies. Great. Although I would have liked to move Frederik Andersen, but hey, what are you going to do? We'll keep him for this year. And we got some pretty good goaltending. We got some forwards to score with. Just one last thing before we go. We don't have quite enough players, but we know what it's going to look like. So torpedo attack is an option, as is early modern, ultra conservative. Okay, it looks like we're actually going to play the torpedo attack. And you can see this is one of the things in the new update is the suitability. It tells you on a scale of 1 to 5 how good you are set for that. We'll check again once I have all the lines set up. And our defensive... lots of options on defense, actually. I think maybe the 2-3 system might actually be good for us, so I'll set it to that for now. But we'll see as everything shakes out. And as we get closer, in case something happens and we change our mind about what we're going to do in one specific spot. So again, thank you very much for tuning in to the Special Franchise Hockey Manager stream. I'm not sure when the next episode will be, but I will advance us up unto